Hello, in this video we will discuss about the light reflex and problems. So what is the light reflex? First of all we should understand, and next we also understand about the problem. So first of all, this is the eye, the general structure of the eye, which that's contain innermost layer is the retina while the outermost layer is the choroid, and outermost layer is the sclera and middle is the choroid. And here is the lens, and this is the pupil is used for the dilation and constriction for light accommodation. So this is the cornea, is the transparent part, and the iris is also present, which the iris is used for the color of the eyes, the that is contain a ciliary body. So here you can see that is the iris, the outer, and here is the anterior chamber and posterior chamber, which that's contain a chamber of the eye, and that is the rectus muscle is used for the move of the eye, right and left. So here is you can see this is the first of all we should need to understand this is the light reflection on the object. After the reflection of the light means that light is the reflect that in the form of wave. So that's wavelength will be reflect. That means it will reflect in our eye. So that means the reflected wavelength will transmit into the eye lens and to make an image. So that is why that light will not absorb into the object, so it will be transmit into the eyes. So this is the distant sighted will become a convex shape of the lens, while the closed sighted will become a concave shape of the lens of the eye will be occur. So here is the problem, which that is the myopia and hyperopia. This myopia is the long-sighted problem because the convex shape lens will not occur, while the hyperopia is mean the concave shape convex shape will not maintain. So that is why the point of the image will not completely on the retina, and rod and cone cell will not detect too much. So in this way here is we can fix by a myopia via a convex lens fix, and the hyperopia due to the convex lens fix. So it is the glasses is the fixation of myopia and hyperopia. So let's begin to understand the light reflex and lesion. So there are many type of lesion will present in the related to the sight, related to the light reflection. So first of all we should need to understand about the light reflex. So let's begin to understand with the light reflex. So this is I am drawing the model for understanding the light reflex and how it's possible. So here is the structure, basically the general model for understanding, which contain midbrain, which that arise the oculomotor efferent nerves, while the afferent nerve is the optic nerve, cranial nerve 2, which that transmit the a nerve impulse toward the brain, while the oculomotor efferent nerve sympathetic fiber, for example cranial nerve 3, which that is transmit the signal from brain to the eye for contraction of the pupil or relaxation of the pupil. So the occipital lobe of the brain is very important for the primary messenger, which that is basically is the sensory neuron will sense that light, and this is the cortex, and this is the oculomotor efferent preganglionic parasympathetic fiber, and a ciliary ganglion are present, which that is used for the targeting iris. Iris is the pupillary muscle response will be occurred through iris. So iris also used for the showing the color of the eye. So this is the oculomotor efferent nerve, and this is the lateral geniculate nucleus. This lateral geniculate nucleus is the basically two neurons will talking to each other via a neurotransmitter, and this is the accessory oculomotor nucleus, and pretactal nucleus in the pretactal part of the not low but pretactal nucleus. So here is the midbrain, and this is the midbrain part which contain a pretectal nucleus and accessory oculomotor nucleus or nucleus basically is the uh, Westphal uh, Andinger Westphal nucleus or oculomotor nucleus. So that is two type of nucleus are present. So this is the temporal vision and this is the nasal vision. This temporal vision is used for the temporal field of the vision, while the nasal is the nasal side. So this temporal vision will detect through a retina, and this is optic nerve will transmit the nerve impulse to the lateral geniculate nucleus, which that is synapse with the nucleus, and transmit the signal to the pretectal nucleus. So after the pretectal nucleus is the same mechanism. You can see both right and left eye, and after it can be interconnect with the accessory oculomotor nucleus or Westphal Andinger uh, Westphal nucleus. So in this way, here is the oculomotor nerves which that is uh, interconnect, and R is the pupillary muscle response, contraction or relaxation. So in this way, that is why the interconnected these both nucleus to each other for signal to the left eyes, also the right eyes. So that is why the one eye will blink and the other will blink together, and light will be feel through both eyes. So in this way, here you can see this is the nasal field which that is interconnected through chiasm. This is the optic chiasm which that interconnect, and the basically is the pretectal lobe, and that is basically uh, give the signal to the oculomotor nerve. So important thing is that you should need to understand the parasympathetic nervous system, which that is transmits the signal through all accessory oculomotor nucleus, while the sympathetic nervous system is used for the Westphal when ending a Westphal nucleus. So that is why this is making the image with the nasal field and temporal field. So that is why the parasympathetic nervous system is used for the constriction of the pupil, while the sympathetic nervous system is used for the dilation of the pupil, as well as that is why the for accommodation of more light, absorption of more light during the sympathetic nervous system for alert. So here is the visual field, which that is a normally is the temporal and nasal, which can detect easily. And in this way here the lesion can be occur both side of the optic nerve, which that will lead to left and right optic nerve lesion and blindness totally. While the second one is the here is I am drawing the B region, the part the bitemporal, bitemporal mammianopsia or chiasm lesion. So the chiasm lesion will lead to both temporal vision field will be uh, will be blind. So the nasal field can be possible. So the next is the mononymous hemianopsia. In this way, you can understand the basically here is the you can understand this is the optic chiasm, below the optic chiasm, the nerve impulse, the lesion of that part of the uh, of the transmitting of the signal to uh, produce the uh, left and nasal field and left nasal field and left half. You can see this is the mononymous hemianopsia. So why here is the quadrantanopia, quadrantanopia, which that will be lead to a central vision will be damaged. So the central vision will be maintained, while the peripheral region will be damaged. So this you can see in this diagram. So the white color shows the vision while the blindness. So here is the macular sparing. In this way, the macula will maintain, but here is the E side. In this way, the basically is the partial lobe. That is the partial lobe will be a lesion. So in this way, here is the monoacular blindness. That is the monoacular blindness, means the one-sided and monoacular blindness, left and right, which that is due to the optic nerve lesion. And here is the right homonymot superior. This is basically is the half left nasal field and half temporal right field will be blind. So here you can see this is the basically the H side. I am trying here to understand as well. So in this way, this is the genical carine radiation will be lesion or disturbed. So on the other hand, that was the basically the light reflex and lesion, and here is you can see that I am drawing the structure again. The optic disc is here, and macula, which that is contained fovea, is the density of the rod and cone cell, and the damage the macula is loss of central vision. So this is the normal central vision, while here is the central squamata macula degenerate to central vision will be blind, while the damage macula preserve, while the fovea will be damaged. So in this way, the glaucoma and retina pigmentosa will be occur due to the peripheral part of the eye will be blind, while the central vision will be maintained. It means the basically the central vision will be maintained. So that's all things about the light reflex and problems. So I hope you make sense about this video. If you like this video, please